Cryptic Confessions, The Last Transmission. I've worked ships for 20 years, cargo, trawlers, even a stint on a private salvage crew. You see things out there sometimes, unexplained things. But what happened aboard the Sable Mare, that was different. That wasn't superstition. That was something else, something old, something that waits beneath the waves. There were 7 of us. Captain Adley, old school and by the book. Briggs, our mechanic. Manuel and Pete, deckhands. Alex, the engineer. Tom, the cook. And me, Logan, navigator, radio tech, and the guy they called when the GPS went dumb. We left port in Newfoundland mid-September. Trawler loaded, weather fine. 3-week shift out into the deep North Atlantic. Everything went smooth the first week. Good haul, full nets, clear skies. But on day 9, things started going weird. It was around 2 a.m. I was monitoring the radar when the comms lit up with static. Not a distress call, just noise. But buried in the crackle was a voice. Old, worn, male. I could barely make it out, but 3 things came through clearly. Dead calm. Don't follow the lights. He's in the water. I replayed it, tried to trace it. No ID, no return ping, not on any official channel. It was like it slipped in between frequencies. I told the captain. He brushed it off, said I was picking up ham radio interference. But that night, the wind died, the waves flattened, and the ocean went completely, eerily still. Pete spotted the lights first. He was out dumping scraps and came running back in, white as salt. "There's something out there," he said. "Blue lights, moving under the water." We all went topside. Sure enough, there were faint glowing spheres drifting beneath the surface. 5, maybe 6. Faint, but definitely there. Not boat lights, not buoys. These moved. They pulsed gently, circling us like sharks. Pete leaned too far over and Tom yanked him back. "They're not fish," Tom said. "I've seen this before." We laughed, thought he was playing old sailor, but his face, he wasn't joking. Tom told us about a ship he worked on back in '88, the Maureen Jane. Disappeared 6 days out. Coast Guard found it 5 months later drifting near Iceland. No crew, no damage. Just one thing carved into the helm. We followed. He never spoke of it again. The next day, our haul dropped to 0. Sonar showed nothing below, not even krill. It was like the ocean was dead. Worse, the GPS glitched. Compass spun randomly. Our radar, blank, and then Pete vanished. He was there at dinner, quiet, shaky, but there. At midnight, gone. His boots were still by his bunk, his gear untouched. Only clue was a slick trail of water inside the ship, leading up the stairs to the stern deck. We checked the security cam. 3:33 a.m. Pete stands, walks up, and stops at the railing. He doesn't look scared. He looks calm, then steps over. No hesitation, like something was calling to him. Captain locked us down after that. No one out after dark. We took turns on watch. I drew the late shift. At 3:20 a.m., I saw the lights again. Only this time, they rose. They hovered just above the waves, slowly circling us. And then the voices started. I'm not talking radio chatter. These came from the sea. They called our names. Mine was my mother's voice, dead 12 years, telling me to come home, begging. I ran to the bridge, but when I got there, Adley was gone too, left mid-transmission. Another trail of water, one boot, just one. By dawn, we were 4. No land in sight. Engines stalled, power cutting in and out. That afternoon, Tom started muttering to himself, kept saying, "It's not the sea, it's what's under it." He told us about the bottom of the ocean, places deeper than trenches, places where sound doesn't echo, where pressure warps light, where ancient things sleep. He said they were awake now, and we were dinner. That night the lights came again, closer. Manuel snapped, ran out screaming into the dark. The last thing we heard was his scream getting cut off, not fading, just gone. Tom killed himself shortly after, hung himself in the galley with a winch cable, left no note, just something carved into the wall with a fish hook. He waits beneath. Alex and Briggs cracked next. Briggs tried to start the engines, said he'd rather blow the ship than be eaten alive. Alex stabbed him in the throat to stop him, then turned the knife on himself. I was alone, no power, no food, no idea where I was. Only the lights, closer now, brighter, watching. On the last night, I climbed to the crow's nest with the emergency radio. I sent everything, logs, warnings, coordinates. At 3:33 a.m., the ocean split. Not metaphorically. I mean it opened. A trench appeared beneath the boat, blacker than anything I've ever seen, and from it rose something massive. It looked like a man, but its proportions were wrong. Arms too long, mouth too wide, eyes too many. And those lights, they weren't in the water, they were his. He looked up at me and smiled. That's when they found me, adrift 60 miles south of my last location. Radio was fried, systems wiped, cameras erased. Just me, half dead, clutching the mic, whispering the same thing over and over. Don't follow the lights, he's in the water. It's been 3 years. I live inland now, middle of the desert. No lakes, no streams, not even a puddle. But sometimes I hear the waves, in my dreams, in my walls. And lately, I've been seeing lights, in the shower drain, in the toilet bowl, in the mirror. Blue, faint, pulsing, closer.